By late morning, the Budgie was lying on the exam table, still warm. The night before, he had been eating normally, talking, climbing onto his owner's shoulder like he always did. His cage was clean, his seed mix was the same. No new toy, no open window, no obvious accident. So the owner kept saying the same thing. Nothing changed. But something had changed. Not in the cage, not in the food bowl. In the kitchen, on the stove, from an object she had used many times before. The answer starts with the fact most bird owners are never told until it is too late. I'm an avian veterinarian, and I have heard that sentence from careful owners more times than I can count. Nothing changed, but birds do not need a big change to crash. Their lungs and air sacs move air through the body in a one-way system, so they pull more oxygen and more toxins from every breath. What barely irritates your throat can overwhelm a parrot, a cockatiel, or a budgie in minutes. That is why the kitchen is not just where food is prepared, it is where heat, fumes, oils, cleaners, and toxic foods meet in one small room. We are going through 12 ordinary kitchen hazards most owners miss. The first hazard is the one that killed the Budgie, and it does not need to be smoking to be deadly. Non-stick cookware is the fastest kitchen hazard because heat turns the coating into a gas problem. A dry pan left on high can overheat in minutes. No flames, no dramatic smoke, just invisible fumes that may only seem like a faint hot smell to you, while a bird in the next room is breathing them straight into a highly efficient respiratory system. And it is not only frying pans, air fryers, waffle irons, drip trays, baking liners, and coated inserts can carry the same risk. Use stainless steel, cast iron, or cookware confirmed uncoated. But the same deadly heat problem can be built directly into the appliance many people use to clean their kitchen. A self-cleaning oven is not just hot. It can climb to temperatures meant to burn food residue into ash. That extreme heat can cook old grease, hidden spills, liners, coatings, and oven materials into fumes that move through the home. A closed kitchen door does not seal the air. Vents, gaps, hallways, and heating systems keep it circulating. For a bird, another room may not be far enough. If you run that cycle, the bird leaves the property. Not every kitchen threat is airborne. Some are sitting on the chopping board looking healthy. Avocado is safe for you, not for your bird. The flesh, the skin, and the stone can all be dangerous. Avocado contains compounds that can interfere with a bird's heart, leading to weakness, fluid buildup, collapse, and death. The trap is the tiny scrap, a smear of guacamole, a dropped cube, a beakful from a plate. There is no reliable safe variety and no safe amount to test. When avocado is out, your bird is out of the room. And the next danger is even easier to underestimate because people buy it specifically to make the home feel nicer. A candle on the counter, a wax melt in the hallway, a plug-in behind the sofa. To you, it is a nice smell. To a bird, it is airborne material entering a respiratory system built to pull oxygen from every breath with extreme efficiency. That is the problem. Fragrance particles, smoke, and essential oil droplets do not just pass by. They can irritate delicate airways and air sacs, and birds cannot clear that irritation the way humans can. Distress can move fast. Natural is not safer. Tea tree, eucalyptus, pine, and similar oils are especially risky. Fragrance is one version of airborne danger, but anything that makes a cloud belongs in the same category. Oven cleaner, furniture polish, hairspray, dry shampoo, insect spray, disinfectant mist, different labels, same problem. They turn liquid chemicals into tiny droplets that hang in the room. A bird breathes them in, and those droplets can travel deep into the lungs and air sacs before you even smell anything strong. So the rule is simple. No airborne clouds around birds. Spray only when your bird is far away, the room is ventilated, and every surface is dry before they return. The next hazard is not sprayed into the air. It is hidden inside the food we casually share from our plates. Onion and garlic are not safe for birds. Not raw, not cooked, not powdered into a sauce. The danger is inside the chemistry. These foods can damage red blood cells, which means oxygen does not move through the body the way it should. A bird may look fine until the crash comes fast. That is why leftovers are risky. Pasta sauce, soup, stuffing, seasoned rice, a bite from your plate. Serve bird-safe food separately, plain and unseasoned. Some foods are dangerous because they are hidden in recipes. Others are dangerous because everyone already knows they are treats. Chocolate is not a treat for birds, it is poison. The problem is theobromine, with caffeine-like stimulants that hit tiny bodies hard. A crumb from a brownie may look harmless to you, but to a budgie or cockatiel, that can be a serious dose. Keep candy bars, cake, cocoa powder, baking chips, wrappers, and dessert plates away from the cage and play areas. And chocolate is only one version of a problem hiding in mugs, glasses, and cups left unattended. A mug of coffee on the table is not background clutter to a bird, it is access. Caffeine and alcohol can be dangerous even in tiny amounts because a sip is scaled against a body that may weigh less than a small apple. Coffee, tea, energy drinks, cola, wine, beer, cocktails, none should be reachable. Cover drinks. Move glasses away. Never let your bird perch on a rim. But one of the most argued about dangers is not exotic at all. It is the thing sprinkled over almost every snack. Salt is not a cute little extra for a bird. A chip crumb, a salted cracker, a few kernels of movie popcorn, or a bite of processed table food can hit hard because the dose is measured against a tiny body. Birds have limited ability to process excess salt. Too much can disrupt fluid balance, strain the kidneys, and turn a harmless-looking treat into an emergency. The safe treat is not your snack. Use bird-safe produce or proper bird food. Some foods are safe only if you remove the one part birds should never reach. Apple flesh can be a safe treat when it is washed, sliced, and served plain. The danger is the seed. Apple seeds and the pits of cherries, peaches, apricots, and plums can contain compounds that become unsafe when a bird chews them. The flesh is not the problem. The hard center is, cut fruit away from the core. Remove every pit, throw them where your bird cannot reach. Now we leave food entirely because the next hazard kills without poison and often without a sound. A sink half filled with soapy dishes can look like a perch and become a trap. Birds do not always judge depth, steam, or temperature before landing. A budgie can slip into dishwater, panic, get soaked, and lose the lift needed to fly out. A pot on the stove, a boiling kettle, or a mug of tea can scald in seconds. The worst part is silence. A drowning bird may not splash enough for you to hear. Empty sinks, cover pots, keep hot drinks away from flight paths. The final kitchen hazard is familiar to every cook, and the moment it happens, you have to move fast. Burnt toast is not just a smell. When food scorches, it throws tiny particles and chemical fumes into the air. Your lungs may cough and clear it. A bird's respiratory system is built differently, with air sacs that move air through the body with extreme efficiency. That efficiency is why smoke hits so hard. If something burns, move the bird out first, then open windows, turn on ventilation, and clear the room. But the most dangerous part of all of this is that your bird may not look sick until the emergency is already advanced. That is the trap. A budgie is a prey animal. In the wild, the bird that looks weak is the bird a predator notices first. So they hide it, they keep eating, they stay on the perch, they chirp when you walk in, until they cannot. By the time you see fluffed feathers, a low posture, tail bobbing, wobbling, or silence, your bird may have been compensating for days. Sometimes the first obvious symptom is the final stage. So the real danger in the kitchen is not only smoke, fumes, sprays, or heat. It is the thought, he looks fine, so it is probably fine. With birds, waiting is not neutral. Prevention is the treatment you still have time to give. That is why the final answer to the budgie's story is not just what killed him, it is what must change tonight. The answer was not in the cage, it was in the kitchen. A non-stick pan, heated enough to release toxic fumes, filled the air with something the owner could not see, smell, or wipe away. To a person, the room seemed normal. To a budgie's lungs, it was deadly. So tonight, check the cookware first. Pans baking, sheets, air fryers, toaster ovens, anything with a non-stick or coated surface near heat. If you are not sure what it is made of, do not use it around your bird. And if you ever suspect exposure, go to an avian vet immediately, not tomorrow. Not after watching for symptoms. Immediately. Love is not waiting until your bird looks sick. Love is removing the danger before that moment exists. Inspect your kitchen tonight and comment which hazard surprised you most or what you are checking first. Thank you for watching.